Alright, so we're going to do a quick tutorial on this icom ic-v8 radio. Alright, for those of you that may have one for an emergency and don't quite know how to use it, or thinking about getting one, this is a really good radio. I have had this radio for a long time, and I think overall the battery life on the icom radios beat any other radio that I've ever used, and I have used a lot. So we're going to start out by turning it on, and you'll hear an audible beep when it turns on. Alright, and then the screen will light up and show you some numbers. Alright, this radio has a lot of capabilities. It's a 2-meter radio, operates in the, I think, 144 to 176 range. I think, anyway, I'm not a ham operator. I use these radios for volunteer firefighting, and I've actually got a different style radio that I use now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and program a memory channel. Alright, and the first thing, alright, in this screen that I'm in, you'll see the little MR button. 21 is the channel, and then there's the frequency. Alright, you can't program from this menu. All you can do is change channels. You have to hit D, clear, and get rid of that little MR. Alright, and then say you want to program in just a standard MURS, multi-user radio service frequency. Those frequencies are no license required, and they're the frequencies that I primarily use to chit chat with my friends that also have other radios that they can use. Let me pull up the frequency list real quick. Probably should have done that before I started this video. Okay, so let's say we want to plug in the blue dot frequency. Alright, all we're going to do is type in 1 5 4 5 7 0. Alright, now you notice that number disappeared while I was typing the channel number, and it reappeared when I was done. If you're not if the numbers aren't punching in as you're touching them, then you're not in the right menu. You need to hit that clear button. Alright, and let's say we want to use a private line or PL code to kind of privatize the channel a little bit. We're going to hit a function. Alright, we're going to hit the set button. That's the number 8 button. And we're going to use these to scroll through to the little, you see, I don't know if you can see the little music note that's flashing up there, and it says 88.5, and then we're going to use this button to change it. Alright, so let's say our PL is 107.2. Alright, then we're going to clear D out of this menu. Alright, then you hit function, That doesn't set the PL code. All that does is tell the radio when I set the PL code, that's what I want it to be. So to set the PL code, we're going to hit function again, and then we're going to hit this little tone button, number 1. Alright, you see the little music note appeared up there? Alright, now we want to store this frequency. And this menu is not storing it. What this is programming it. Alright, so to store it, we're going to hit function, C, memory. Alright, and you'll notice that the channel number will start flashing. Alright, we're going to choose, oops, wrong. We're going to choose the channel that we want to program. And function again, and we're going to hit C, but we're going to hold it down till that stops flashing. And there you go. Even though it says channel 1, you're not yet in the memory channels. You're still in the programming mode. Alright, if you want to hit the memory channels, you just, once everything's clear and you're just looking at a bunch of numbers, hit C memory 1 time, and there you are. Now you can scroll through your set channels and use the radio. Alright, so you want to program in a repeater. Let me find one real quick. Say you want to program in a ham repeater to be able to listen. If you don't have a ham license, you better not talk on one of the channels. Now, I'm just going to program in a random repeater just to kind of show you how it acts. But you really have to know the repeater input and output frequencies where you are. So we're going to clear out of this. We're going to clear out of the memory bank menu again. Alright. Now what you need to do is you need to get rid of the little music note there for now by hitting function, tone. You'll see a little speaker up there. That's just a different way of doing the DPL code. Function, tone again, and you'll see a little D show up there. Well, I'm not 100% sure what that D means. Function, tone, until there are no symbols up top. Alright, we're going to plug in one of the common ham radio frequencies. 145110. Alright. That did not do what I wanted it to do. Oh, I have this set to the wrong. There we go. 14513. Alright. I really wanted to do a channel that had a offset. What an offset is when you push this little button here to talk, this frequency changes to a different frequency to hit a repeater. But it's not looking like let's see, I can find one real quick. Select a city. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we're going to go to 14547. Oops. 145470. Alright, now you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little bitty minus sign up there that automatically gets put there. And as long as your as long as your offset is set to 0.60, and you go to your function set menu and you scroll through until you find the little plus and minus sign flashing. This is your offset. Alright. From what I understand, all ham repeaters offsets are set to 0.6. If somebody knows any different, please feel free to leave a comment. But like I said, I'm not a ham. So as long as it's set to 0.6, I took the antenna off of here so that it couldn't transmit and hit a repeater, but I want to show you that when I push the push to talk button, that frequency changes. Alright, the frequency you're looking at now is the one that activates the repeater, so to speak. And the frequency that you're looking at right now is the one that you're listening on. So, and this is good to listen to a ham repeater. To talk on a ham repeater, a lot of times you're going to have that PL code I showed you. You got to know which one they're using in order to actually talk. Otherwise, you can key up all you want to, and they're not gonna hear a thing. You'll be able to hear them, but they won't be able to hear you. So really, in reality, you don't even have to, unless you want to talk to them and get your ham license and talk to them. You don't really even have to worry about the offset, because you're going to be able to hear everything that's going on this frequency. You just won't be able to talk. Now, in the case of a really, really bad emergency, you might want to be able to talk to somebody, but the ham community is real funny about that. Not only they're funny about that, it's actually against the law to key up and talk on a ham frequency if you're not a licensed ham operator, unless it's a state of emergency, like a hurricane or a tornado or something like that. From what I understand, I haven't read the laws. I'm going to start studying for my ham license, but I haven't started yet. So, I mean, that's just the basics of how to get you started. It'll do a lot of things, but if you start messing around with these settings and don't really know what you're doing, then you're going to wind up with a brick that is useless. So we're going to go ahead and store this frequency in by hitting function, tap memory, find a channel, function, hold memory. Channel stops flashing, bam, you're good to go. And what I like to do, if I have a channel that I'm going to be on for any length of time, what I'll do is I'll hit this function, and down by the pound sign you see a little key. You want to hold that key down, and it will, a little key will appear in the bottom right hand corner here, and what that does is it disables all of the buttons except for the push to talk button and the power button, so you don't accidentally change the channel while you're carrying the radio, but your volume will still work. You just your basic functions work. And to undo it, you do the same thing. Function, hold it down, that key disappears. So there you have it. There's the basic way to program an icom ic-v8 for emergency use. I would recommend, if you have these radios, to either A, get your ham license, or B, never ever ever key up on a ham frequency unless there's a serious emergency going on. And being broke down on the side of the road with a flat tire or out of gas is not a serious emergency. So that's it for now. Ben the Bondsman signing out.